Welcome to Kashish English Grammar lesson. Now we will learn about punctuation and capitalization. Punctuation is the art of using correctly various symbols or stops in writing. The word punctuation is derived from the Latin word punctum, which means a point. The following are main marks of punctuation. First, capital letters. Second, full stop. Third, sign of interrogation. Fourth, sign of exclamation. Fifth, comma. Sixth, inverted commas. Seventh, semicolon. Eighth, colon. Ninth, dash. 10th, hyphen. 11th, parenthesis. 12th, brackets. 13th, apostrophe. Capitalization. Capital letters are used first to begin a sentence. For example, she is a doctor. Second, to begin all proper nouns and adjectives that are derived from them. For example, France, French, China, Chinese, Canada, etc. Third, to begin each line of a poem. For example, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases, it will never fall into nothing. Fourth, to write the pronoun I. The interjection O and the personified word. For example, she knew that I was alone. Next, my lord. Next, doth at duty's call. Fifth, to write all nouns and pronouns that indicate God. For example, the Almighty, the Lord, He is merciful, the Creator. Next, God is kind to His creature. Sixth, if God is used for angel, it has small letter. For example, the Hindus worship many gods. Seventh, to write the first letter in the inverted commas. For example, he said to me, she is beautiful. Eighth, to write the title and designation. For example, Chief Minister, Magistrate, Principal, etc. Ninth, for mother, father, uncle, aunt. If these words have no determiners and belong to the writer. For example, I have uncle and aunt. Next, I spoke to father about this. For each letter in abbreviations. For example, UNO, IAS, MA. Abbreviations more than one letter. For example, MSc, BSc, PhD. But some abbreviations are written in small letters. For example, AM, PM, example, meter per hour, etc. 11th, for the name of languages such as Hindi, English, Urdu, etc. For the name of subjects such as history, mathematics, etc. For the name of days and months such as Sunday, May, June, etc. For the name of festivals such as Christmas, Holi, Eid, etc. For community and religion such as Hindu, Muslim, etc. For historical events such as the War of Independence, the Brilliant Revolution. The full stop or the period. It is used at the end of a sentence except questions and exclamation. It is also used after abbreviations. The full stop marks the longest pause. For example, he is my favorite enemy. Third, the question mark or the sign of interrogation. It is used at the end of a direct question, but not when reported in indirect speech. For example, what is your problem? Next, he asked me what my problem was. Second use, after question tag. For example, he is coming tomorrow. Isn't he? Fourth, the exclamation mark. It is used after an interjection like a, o, wow, etc. or express some sudden feeling. For example, oh, there is a big crocodile in the river. Next, what a good luck. Fifth, the comma. It is the shortest pause. It is also the most frequently used pause. It has many uses. First, to separate the objects or a series example, Sina put her clothes, a towel, a novel, and a pair of shoes into a bag. Second, to mark the words of a speaker from the rest of the sentence. For example, my friend said softly, I think we should leave now. Third, to mark a phrase or noun in apposition and with descriptive titles. For example, I met Rama, my classmate, at the marketplace. Fourth, to mark of words that are used in addressing people. For example, she came to see my condition, Tara. Fifth, to mark off the phrases with a participle when a pause is needed in reading. For example, Radha, believing that he will come, kept waiting the whole day. Sixth, before coordinating conjunction when it connects to independent clauses. For example, she saved him, but he deceived her. Seventh, to separate a long subject used at the beginning of a sentence from the verb. For example, all the ingredients required to bake a cake are measured well. Eighth, to separate a noun clause, whether a subject or object preceding the verb. For example, that he has failed is unbelievable. Ninth, to separate an adverbial clause from its main clause. For example, though he is poor, yet he is honest. Next, when I was a bachelor, I lived in a hostel. 10th, to mark off a non-defining relative clause. For example, I met your mother who told me everything. 11th, to separate the main clause with question tag. For example, bring a glass of water. Will you? 12th, to separate yes, no, in fact. For example, therefore, however, of course, moreover, etc. From the rest part of a sentence. For example, no, I don't take tea. Next, well, you must be careful in the future. 13th, when verb is understood. For example, he will succeed. You never. Next, her sister received a book. He a pencil. 14th, for dates and letters. For example, November 19, 1982. March 2017. But 19th November 1982. Dear Radha, yours truly. Note: the comma is not usually put before and the last item.